Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me. Well, today I'm excited to share a project with you. My project is actually for a blog hop. Spellbinders is celebrating all of their club kits this month with the blog hop. So lots of inspiration using all of the club kits. I hope you can join in the fun. I'll leave Spellbinders blog down below, and then I'll leave mine down below that will coordinate with the blog post. In case you want to join in the fun, there's a giveaway to go with it. So head on over after the tutorial, and you'll be inspired, I promise. Today we're going to create a card with the Spellbinders Clear Stamp and Die of the Month Club Kit. Yesterday I had created a card with it, and then I'm also going to be creating a card with the Large Die of the Month Club Kit. This one's called Thankful Tractor. This one's called Fall Gnomes. We're going to put them both together. Today I created a card with the corn on the cob, kind of a corny card. Today I thought we would use you have the tractor and you have the trailer, or the trailer could actually be turned into a wagon. So that's what we're going to use. So we'll grab our wagon pieces and we're going to do some die cutting, and we'll do some coloring too. We're going to keep our wagon pretty simple. So this piece here has the wagon pole and has the wagon base. We're going to take this and die cut this out 2 times. We're going to die cut it out with the Portobello cardstock and also the Timber cardstock. I do have some Silver Mirror cardstock. We have some Silver Mirror that came in our card kit of the month, and I just pulled some extra from that. We're going to take the wheel piece and die cut out 2 wheels. And then this is our tire. We'll cut out 2 tires. I have the little Happy Fall, which is adorable. I'm going to die cut that out with the silver cardstock. And then we have these little wooden planks for our wagon. I'm going to die cut that out with the Portobello also. So I have a little bit of die cutting to do. What we'll do is put the wagon together first, and then we'll do some coloring. I thought the gnome was the perfect size for the wagon. And the pumpkins would be cute to fill inside the wagon. So that's my plan. I'm going to die cut and I'll be right back. I went ahead and die cut everything out, and now we'll put together our wagon here. And we'll start with our base. For the base of our wagon, I'm going to use the Timber cardstock here. This piece here. Maybe we need to zoom in a little bit more. And then we have our wheels here. Okay, I'm just kind of playing around with placement. Let's add some glue. And we're going to add it. We'll add it to the top first. I think that's the good measure. I'm going to add 3 little dots, and then we'll add our top piece. Can kind of use the back as a guide. Some of the holes are white from the glue, but it'll dry clear in a little bit. And then I'll add the bottom piece. I'm going to leave a little bit of a brown border on the bottom piece. So I'm going to pull it up just a little bit, so a little bit of that brown is showing. Okay. Before we add this one, sometimes my Silver Mirror cardstock takes a long time to dry. So I'm going to go ahead and add those to my tires real fast. And I'll weigh these down with an acrylic block. This will just help with the timing here. You guys have a blog hop to get to. Let's center that. Okay, now I'm going to add my third little trailer piece here. I love that there is debossed detail on here. So it really looks like wood. So we have, it's coming along nicely. And again, those white areas where the glue is won't be there for long. Now, next, I die cut out this one here because I want the little wagon handle. That's this piece here. And then I also want to take, okay, now for the handle, we have the little T pieces. I die cut out two, one with the portobello, one with the timber cardstock. We're gonna layer, and then I die cut out just the handle with silver mirror cardstock. We are gonna layer all these together just because we die cut them, and it's gonna give me some dimension on that handle. So first, we're going to, let's do a layer first. We'll add some glue, and then we'll add our portobello. Then I'll add a little more glue. And then I'm going to add my timber. You could skip this part if you wanted to, but since we die cut them, I thought extra layers are nice because it gives it dimension. Kind of like what you do with sentiments. I'll put that third one. So we have a little bit of dimension to our handle. Okay, now we're going to add our wheels. We're going to add little dots to those circles below our little wagon. How cute is that? I just love die cutting. It just blows me away. Like I mentioned last time, but it really blows me away what we could do with paper. Now I'm going to take my little wagon handle, and I'm going to put that on the middle one. I love that. And then we have Happy Fall. I'm going to add this with some foam tape. Okay, we have the brown circles. That's why we did cut out the brown. I want to put some brown circles in the middle of our tires. So we'll just add little dots of blue. I guess these are rims. You know, I always have trouble with terminology with wheels and tires and all that, but I think you know what I mean, right? I hope so. Okay, so our little wagon is done. I'm happy with this. I am going to flip this around and put some foam adhesive behind here because eventually we're going to pop this up. And I like that there's enough room here to where you can't see the foam adhesive, but we'll have the dimension. Now I'm going to add a little shading with my blending brush. Use my brown. Let me grab some, looks like we're ground espresso. We're going to go ahead and just add a little bit of shading after. And we'll go on the left and the right. Ooh, that looks really neat over the silver. I'm going to go over the silver. Kind of rusty it up a little bit. That looks actually really neat. Wow, I love the way that looks. That's a happy mistake. Kind of looks vintage. Okay, happy mistake. Hopefully my glue will dry away. Let's put this off to the side, and we're going to do a little bit of coloring now. So let's take some cardstock, and I'm going to bring in my stamping positioner. Now I'm going to stamp my gnome, the big gnome, and then I have some pumpkins. We'll stamp a couple of these. Do we want a sunflower? I think I want a sunflower. We're going to stamp a sunflower too. And I might end up stamping a couple more pumpkins because we're going to fill up our wagon here. So let's ink up our images with Memento ink. because it's alcohol marker friendly. The stamp's so wonderful. Okay, I'm going to play a little bit of music while I color. And when I'm done coloring, I will get you back. Okay, coloring is all done, and I think that they turned out pretty good. I am going to go ahead and take the coordinating dies, and we'll die cut out our cute little gnome. And you know what? I think I want to add a little, before we do that, I think I want to add a little bit of brown. Okay, I think I'm going to, before we die cut these out, I'm going to add a little bit of my E13. I want a little bit of shadow on here. I think that'll work. Maybe a little bit of, maybe E35. Just a little bit. Never did that before, but kind of like the way that turned out. That could have been a huge mistake, but it turned out good. At least I think so. Okay, we're going to take the coordinating dies, and I have a little bit of die cutting to do. And while I'm die cutting, I'm also going to create a background. I'm going to show you just a minute. We need the other pumpkin. Let me zoom out here. Okay. I'm going to create my background using the Spellbinders Fluted Classic Rectangles. I like this set because of the flute. This is the A2 panel, and I'm going to add some fluting to the edge, but I'm going to double up on it. I'm going to show you. So I'll have 2 layers of that flute, and then we will cut out a window. Oops, wrong size. Using one of the smaller dies. Actually, we'll cut out a window. This will fit right in here perfectly. And then with one size smaller rectangle, You can see the smaller one fits right in there. I'm going to die cut this out with a timber cardstock. And I'm going to create a window in my brown panel. Okay, I have my window frame. We're going to make a landscape style card today. And then we have this window frame. What we're going to do is create a mat for this frame. Very easy. So if you have a smaller die, all you do is just add some adhesive. And this cardstock is smaller than an A2. So it's about 1/4 inch smaller. And you just layer these together, which makes it really easy to create a matted frame. That looks good. Now for my background, I'm going to bring in some blue cardstock. This is the Glacier. It's a pale blue. I'm going to trim it down. Grab my scissors. And then I'm gonna ink the back of this just a little bit. So that will be our background. Now I'm going to put this on my card base, but I want to make sure that I have it where I want it. So I line it up behind my matted frame. I don't know if the camera can tell, but you can see the fluted details. So pretty. And then I'm going to add some adhesive. My fluted frame is a card front panel. So I know wherever I put this, that card underneath is going to be layered perfect. Kind of crooked, but it's going to work. Now I'm going to take my frame, we're going to add some foam adhesive behind here. I removed the release paper off of my frame, and then we're going to place this on the front of our card. I'm going to stamp Happy Gnome Giving. I think that's cute. I'm going to stamp it with, we'll put it on the top. Okay, and then we get to place our fun elements. First, let's place our wagon or our trailer. Now, to make my wagon look more full and so you can't see behind it, I'm going to take some of my persimmon cardstock. I want to take a small square, and we're going to tuck this. And then we can layer our pumpkins. Okay, I think that looks so cute. Oh my goodness. Now we have our little flower. I thought we should put the flower in the gnome's hair, on his hat. Because I just think that will just cutesy him up. They kind of coordinates anyway. But I thought that would be adorable. Now we can add some bells and whistles. Let's go ahead. I'm going to take my white gel pen and we're going to highlight. We're going to add little dots to our sunflower. Got to add some little seeds there. Do we want to highlight our pumpkins a little bit? Let's highlight our pumpkins. We don't have very much white. Last, we're going to add some of our Aura opalescent sequins. And we're going to put them here and there along our card because you know I like a little sparkle. I think 5 is like the perfect amount. And then we're going to take some glaze and glue and add a little bit to our our gnome's nose for a little shine and dimension. And I want to go over our little tires too. Shiny those up. I'm going to lower him down to the bottom where the wheels are because he kind of looked like he was floating. I don't want him floating. There, I think that looks better. That finishes off my card today using the Spellbinders Large Die of the Month Club Kit and the Clear Stamp of the Month Club Kit. Clear Stamp and Die of the Month Club Kit for September 2022. Check out that blog hop. The links are down below. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.